That's a cleaner touch and go. Yeah, so fun. It's all manual mode. I was not doing touch and goes like this before. Hello, want to show my modification of these little planes. I've done this to my Cub 500mm and a different plane I'm going to show. All I've done is I've extended the ailerons by adding a 1mm carbon fiber rod and tracing along, as well as getting creative with a little bit of crazy glue and clear tape, if you could see that. But it increases the roll rate significantly, and I fly this plane now in only manual mode, and I fly my T-28 and it rolls twice as fast at least. So I want to show you guys how this flies, because it's a lot. It livened up the plane a lot. So 1 second, and let me get this camera on my head and I'll get to flying. Okay, camera on my head, ready to fly. Like I said, I'm gonna take off and land in manual mode entirely on this model. This model is really lightweight as well. It weighs less than the V2 F4U, as well as having the increased wingspan still. So let's see, my controller should be bound up in a second. There, and then we have no gyro. And we're gonna take off. There's almost no wind, so it shouldn't be too bad. That's manual mode. Checking the trim, I've adjusted it a lot actually, so I'm surprised it was that well. I've had to adjust the rudder a lot and the ailerons recently. Let's see. So roll now. That was kind of slow because of the angle I was at. Let me try again. So that's how fast it can roll now with the modified ailerons. But this is with the Cub. If you have this model, you know that prior to that modification, it was ridiculous to try to roll it. As well as the slow turn radius is a lot better now. Like, I can turn a lot better with slow speed with my modifications. This is manual mode with a 10.5 gram battery, if you want to be exact on CG. And that's just holding the stick in one direction. I'm not even going back and forth actually. Come around. All manual, obviously. Ooh, that was a little closer than I wanted to go. No problem. Car coming in, so I'm gonna go over the field. So right now, without the battery, the plane only weighs like 43 grams or something. Or not 43, sorry, but maybe 47, I believe. Somewhere in between there. Less than 50 for sure. So it's a really floaty model, kind of, for its size. Let's see if I can maybe do a touch and go. A really short touch. But that's all in manual mode, so that's why it's really short. I have not flicked out of it yet. Oof, almost hit the sign. I'm flying with about 50% expo everywhere except for the ailerons. On the T28, because I did it on this version as well, I have like 70% expo on my ailerons. It makes it really sensitive. I would never do this modification on the stock controller. It just makes your gyro really jittery. I bet you never seen the 500mm do a double roll before. That's a cleaner touch and go. Yeah, so fun. It's all manual mode. I was not doing touch and goes like this before until I removed the plastic wing supports. You can only do that with the carbon fiber supports I added, and as well as when I added the carbon fiber for the wing, not for the ailerons. I glued it along the entire way so the carbon fiber rod can't flex. Otherwise the carbon fiber rod will just slide and it does nothing pretty much. So to make it work, the carbon fiber rod cannot move at all anywhere. So I glued it all along the seam where I installed it, just in case you really want to do it the way I did it. Oof. Yep, I shouldn't have took off from that. I dropped my landing gear too much and it flexed. But I ordered more propellers. Everything else is fine. So I'm gonna get a new propeller, and my battery's about to run out anyways, but that's okay. I'm gonna get a new propeller on this, and I'm gonna swap to the T28 actually to show you my roll rate modification on that. I'm not going to be doing touch and goes on that though, so be right back with the second part.